Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode of Catching Feelings. As always, we're talking everything and anything relationship and dating related. We got a new guest today, and we're gonna get into know her a little bit better. So, welcome, firstly.
Thank you. Thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome. So, as always, I like to get the information of my guest: name, surname, career, what it is that you do for work, relationship status, and yeah, pretty much.
All
Anything
right.
else we'll pick up as we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my name is Sibongile
Sibongile.
Wagamakubu. Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people know me with Tandiwe, especially if you're from Igasi, if Oslo.
Okay, why Tandiwe though?
It's my second name. But guys. And then when I
Okay.
went to school, because it's my first name, then people were like, "Oh, Sibongile."
Okay.
Yeah, but now because I'm used to the name Sibongile. Yeah. So yeah, Sibongile Makubu, and I'm in a relationship. I'm in love, by the way. You know?
Really?
Yeah, like I'm in love.
How long you been dating for?
It's 9 months, guys. It's been like the best 9 months ever. You know?
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
you're taken basically. So you're taken. Like you're off the market.
Like very off. Like in fact, I'm out of like like out of stock. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're somebody's girlfriend basically.
Like someone's woman. Girlfriend is for yeah, when I'm
for
someone's
what?
woman. I don't know. Like yeah.
No, explain that. Like unpack that.
I mean, I feel like ubu girlfriend. I mean, I use it on my guy friends. Oh, this is my boyfriend, you know. But when it's my man, this is my partner.
Okay.
But I don't know nakona why. But yeah,
Okay.
but I prefer it that way, you know.
So you rather be referred to as his woman
Hmm.
than a girlfriend.
Yeah,
So girlfriend seems very light.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So it's not doing the things like ngibize njengomuntu wakho, let me be
Okay.
a person. Yeah. Then profession. So I'm just gonna tell you what I do. So the reason why I don't wanna say what I'm doing is because people tend to think that I know everything based on my profession. So I work with people,
Okay.
I work in a hospital, and I work in mental health,
Okay.
specifically males.
Okay.
So my whole aim is to just get them back into the community, you know, to integrate kahle and be as independent as they can be.
Okay.
So anyone who knows it can already guess, but we beg a laugh because people tend to think I know everything.
So you deal strictly with men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer males actually. And no, I think my daughter.
Hey, I didn't say it. You said it. I did not say it.
Let me actually tell you why, ne?
Okay.
So the reason I prefer males is because I grew up a guy and I used to have guy friends.
Okay.
And I've seen the stigma around talking as a man.
Talking as a man.
Yeah, like makumele ukhulume.
Okay.
You know, to like speak out,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just share your problems. And so once I got into mental health, I wanted to change that. Like I wanted men to be able to be like, "Ishamananko grand," you know, or like be able to sit with a guy and akonukala pamgwami. You know, because the stigma around it was in the and stuff, and so I wanted to change that whole perspective. So I prefer males because at least I get to be like, let's talk. And please, I'm not a psychologist. I'm sure people are not like, yeah, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychologist.
So you're not like professionally trained to do what you do. You just do it, don't you?
No. You have to be professionally trained.
So you are professionally trained. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
then, like, what do you classify that if not a psychologist?
it's the other one that I don't want to mention.
Is the L word? What word?
No, it's another profession which I
Okay.
don't want to mention. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, guys. Google that thing and maybe you'll
Yeah.
you find out what it is. All
It's
right, cool.
It's a 4-year degree.
So that's interesting. So your prime objective is to figure out how to help guys mentally. Am I correct?
Yeah, kinda.
All right.
Kinda. Yeah. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
you do.
whole thing is to help. Yeah.
And then what have you discovered through that process, like about guys? What do you think is the biggest thing that's pulling guys left when it comes to their mental state?
The one thing I've actually seen, Nuguti, when a guy is not okay, right, and they can't talk about things, they use substances.
They use
to
what? Okay.
substances. Yeah. So you find it's either they're going to drink a lot, they're going to smoke, and all that, and you find a lot of guys that I see who admitted because of substances. Once they are fine, their way out, they're now stable. When you go deep into the story, there's some depression going on. And kakhulu is because of women, Nkosi yam,
Because of women.
gender yam. Oh,
Yeah.
my God, my gender.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
apparently I'm stressed, guys.
Apparently. Oh, not apparently. It's you are.
Oh, okay. At least someone is agreeing. Yeah, but no, I've seen that. Like, women,
I mean, like, so basically, your gender is giving you a job because it's crossing guys. Yeah.
Come on. No,
Well, in
man.
essence, I mean, if you're saying that the primary root is female issues, I'm assuming, right? Primarily.
A lot of patients, yeah.
Okay. So, like, when you unpack it, like, what does that mean exactly? So, when you say women, are you talking about family, girlfriends, like...
Most of the patients I've seen, it's been girlfriends.
Girlfriends.
Yeah, or it's been just women. Because you find a guy, stress ngokuthi he feels that he's ugly and therefore can't approach women. Or women have said, I can see type. So it's like, Sibongile, so I'm going to type vele mina. Any woman I approach, and you know? So, yeah. Otherwise, you'd find a guy talking about the fact that they're so stressed because they're unemployed. And now, okay.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's there's just a lot of things. Or a guy is Sibongile, I'm so stressed, I need a job because I want to get this woman.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so do you think in like 2025, do you think women live a much easier life than men?
No. In which way?
Like just in general, like in terms of women pretty much have an easier life because obviously you guys, when it comes to working, you guys get first preference because of obviously affirmative action and stuff like that, and then also like this whole equality thing that's going around where women now have to be kind of being given more chances just to kind of level the playing field when it comes to economically, So do you think women actually, if you think about it, considering that most of your patients are men, I guess the statement is true because you don't deal with women that much.
So there is a woman award for women.
Yeah.
But my other colleague, Ulapo.
But now in terms of comparison, which one do you think it's, is it 50-50, 60-40?
It's 50-50.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing would see women, when a woman is not okay, they do go seek for help.
Okay.
Whereas men, when they're not okay, because they don't really have anyone to talk to, then they use substances. So with women, we deal strictly with maybe not depression. But with males, we'll first deal with trying to stabilize you because now the weed has made you psychotic, for instance. Then now once you're stable, then we deal with the actual problem.
So then, like, what would you say is the biggest issues with women, compared to men? Because men, obviously, you've mentioned it's women, it's dealing with women, unemployment and stuff. So now, why are women depressed?
So, from what I've gathered from a lot of women, firstly, also employment is an issue, right? You also find they do have a partner, the partner not helping out that much. They're very stressed about that. Time and muntu, and I'm raising my kids alone. So this whole thing is stressful. So some of them, a lot of times, is also because of the other gender. So that's like stressana.
Is it?
So
yeah.
Yeah, it's stressana.
I mean, 50-50 though.
It is. As it is.
Because I mean, like when you look at the suicide rate as well, I mean, more men of themselves than women though.
More men kill themselves?
Yes. Because of mental stress.
But that's because men don't talk.
Okay.
So the reason is a man will be going through a certain situation right now, be it a relationship or then unemployment and stuff, but they don't talk.
Okay.
Right? So their only way, it's melee according to the way the community is, we need to be indoor.
Of course, yeah.
So now imagine you're hiding all those emotions inside, right? So once everything gets too much, it leads to that. Now you're like, let me just end my life.
Okay.
Whereas a woman, it's different. You know, you go cry to someone, you go seek for help. So yeah. So
okay, then do you? I'm trying to remember the question I want to ask you. So in terms of do you like an emotional man?
do I?
Do you like an emotional man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Emotional no, I do.
Are you sure?
100%. And I actually like a man that talks. Kuluma, if not okay emotionally, talk. This thing of you guys nyas fihla, Nkosi it's very hard.
Okay, then tell me, why do you think men do not talk to women, I guess, or open up in that way?
Because of this whole thing of indoda kumele angikhale.
Yes.
Indoda kumele ikhone ukusolve izinto, you know, and all that. And unfortunately, it's not like that lately, you know. So I think that's the thing. It's that norm that was created by the society. When you can't be weak.
Because usually when it comes to this whole talking, I mean, men usually they open up to their friends, right?
Some don't, hey?
Okay.
Because I feel like ngizofika manje kuwe and I'm like, ishama ndoda yo content stress ndoda sasibhiya mfethu nayi corona la.
Yeah.
You know? And then now we are from there, so phuza 2, so phuza 3, so phuza 4. Now we're leading to everything. There was no conversation anymore. But instead senikhuluma something else. You know? So that's the thing.
Yeah. Because also, I mean, I realize like a lot of guys who don't talk because they don't feel that women can offer them solutions to fix their problems in most cases. So sometimes it's not easy for a man to open up to a woman because, number one, again, you probably won't be able to fix his problem. Number two, it might make you feel unattractive to him because now he's not being stoic. He's not showing manly. I mean, if your man came to you and said, baby, I lost my job. I got fired. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how we're going to pay the bills. How would you?
So I'd like to say I'm a very different woman, Minane.
Okay.
I believe in helping each other. Right. So njengamanje, if you don't have money, let me be the one that steps in.
Okay.
If I don't have money, let you be the one that steps in. Because I believe in helping man each other. I mean, guys, in Guamanja, we live in a very tough society. And if I'm going to expect you to do everything out, like everything, independent, you know? So I would help.
Okay.
I would really help. I wouldn't just be like, so I would, because I know how it's like being unemployed.
Okay.
You know? So I would.
But then would you take care of a man? Like financially?
So it depends.
Oh, no.
Ngeke ngukusukele uyihleleli, we're not like you asking me out and then you are unemployed. And I'll get to the reason why I wouldn't go for a man that's unemployed. But Guamanja, we're in a relationship, everything is fine, you were working, everything was good. And then it happens once you lose.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have the love for you.
Okay.
You know, so I will help you out where I have to. But it's not like money then I'll start paying for installment out of office. I don't even have that money, you know, but I will help where I can help.
Yeah. And
also help you emphasis. Let's hustle. Where can we look for a job? What can we do? Right? So
Okay. But obviously, is it safe to say maybe you may be a minority that does that in terms of females? Because usually there's this thing, as soon as like you stop being the provider, it's almost like your clock is starting now. And now you're on the clock where at any point you could leave because there's no way. That's what I'm saying. As a woman, yes, you can say I'll support my man, but I think there's a time clock, right?
Okay.
I mean, if you ask a girl, like, will you support your man? It's like, yeah, I can do it for maybe 3 months, 6 months. But then when it becomes like a year, now it's like, it's too much now.
But also, why is it a year? Like, what are you doing in that year?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, now you see, those kind of questions start popping in now, which now start causing you doubt. And like, this guy might not be the man.
So can I actually say something?
Okay.
The problem at times is with what I've seen, right? Is that some men end up being very comfortable.
Okay.
That's why I imagine, but see, men are now going for women that are very independent and whatnot, and then when they're not there.
Is that true? Are you seeing that
I've seen that.
Okay.
You know, I've seen a guy show off who's this
Yeah.
amount, you know. So that's the thing. It's if you within that year you are looking for a job, you are trying something, then it's something else. But if uzoba comfortable in that year because Sibongile mina unkhavile guys at least nesinkwa, then that's becomes something different.
Okay.
You know, so let me see you doing something. And obviously ngoba Nagim is gonna be quite heavy. So I will be like, okay, babe, what else can we do? Okay, let's try this. I know you don't like this, but just for income, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. You know? But once we're comfortable, that's where the problem becomes.
So is the comfortability where like he's normal trying to find a job, or maybe he's not taking your suggestions on board? He's not. Okay.
That's the and I think I don't know if you maybe have TikTok, but I've seen a story on TikTok. I even forgot that content creator, but she actually also mentioned how Ipat Naika was so comfortable because we got unemployed. No, he got fired, so he was unemployed, and then the partner got so comfortable because now the female is doing everything. And now my comments a lot was like, "Yo, now I've been in a similar situation where my partner was working and then didn't work, and then da 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 da." So that's the thing. It's once you become comfortable, that's where the whole problem is.
Okay. That's an interesting premise. But anyway, let's go back to your story. So you say you're dating, right? How many exes have you had in your life?
How many exes? Oh, Nkosi
I'm just curious. Number?
I don't know.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How long was your longest relationship?
My longest relationship, I think it was 9 months.
So you've never made it to a year?
You know why? You know why was it my 9 months?
Why?
Because I was still a virgin.
Okay.
So in that moment, umuntu would be like, Sibongile, I'm kissing you now, and yeah, then it would lead to I can't handle it anymore. Namanga's I being chola when I was.
I would assume that was your first relationship.
Oh,
Okay. How old are you again?
28.
28.
Am I 28? Okay, but I'm 28, yeah.
Are you sure?
I think so. How do I forget my age? Yeah, but I'm 20, yeah.
Okay. And within being 28, your longest relationship was 9 months.
Yeah.
And since then, you've never had any relationship succeed 9 months. And your current one is 7 months.
Current one's on 9 months.
Oh, sorry, it's 9
and
months.
I'm still happy. Can you believe it?
Okay.
So yeah, quite proud.
So then, I find it strange that your relationships haven't gone beyond.
So here's the thing. It was either the whole thing of Sibongile as a virgin.
How long were you virgin for, by the way? Sorry.
Like
you're virgin for how long?
I think 23 years. Because I remember it was 21. Yeah, 23.
You broke it at 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if it wasn't Leo, then it was the cheating and like I ran.
Oh, was it cheating?
So this is that, all this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, they weren't getting that, so.
So if you, like, after 23, let me put it, after 23 years,
yeah,
then my relationship would last for a certain period of time because it's the cheating. Or other thing, I am too protective in mental health. Okay. So once one would say, when I lose it, you wait.
Okay.
I run.
Okay.
That's the thing.
So cheating was the biggest issue. Had before 23.
Even after.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So afterwards, you saying, okay, tell me something. Why do you think guys were cheating on you specifically?
I actually want to ask you, why do guys cheat?
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, trust me, and I'm like, what did I do wrong?
Okay.
Which is a nice thing because Naming has assessed and I'm like, hey, now flow billion.
And what answer did you come up with when you assess yourself?
No, because I was different. So I never really came up with an answer.
What do you mean you're different?
Like, if guy A cheated on me and he has assessor.
Yeah.
But no guy B cheated on me, but he has assessor.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same thing.
By the way, like, how do you find out that these guys are cheating?
I think tonight as women we have this thing. like this feeling, this thing, man. Like even a friend of mine was like, when I got to spiritual, like I the one guy, this one was so funny. The one guy, I wanted to send a message to my friend. Because my phone wasn't clean. So he gave me the phone, just send a message. So even went to Umbuhle, then I clicked there, Buhle. Cool, sent a message. She was about to pass the phone. Hi babe, I hope you arrived safe.
Like those pop-up messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, yo, by the way, she said I'm going to Sam. Yeah. But the other...
Okay, well, quickly. So the message pops up. What goes through your head?
Your man cheated.
Okay, and what happens?
Yeah, Carla.
Okay, and?
Then I leave.
So you didn't confront him, say what's going on?
Did I confront?
So in that step, really?
Yes, I did. I did confront and Makala.
And then what was his response?
Askis. But come on, like, what do you say? Like, you guys just say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, Manager, you cheat, a woman finds out. What do you say?
Actually, I want to bring Jigen on this one. Jigen, I think I want to like get your perspective. The question that you asked, why do men cheat?
Yeah.
Why do men cheat?
Yes.
I think is because men are polygamous by nature, and I don't think Uti, a guy can actually be with one woman.
Oh, was stress. Oh, Nkosiam.
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't think any guy would want to be with one woman. I think they are polygamous by nature. So if maybe he...
So monogamy is a lie?
Yeah, it's a lie.
Okay.
Because even when we meet as men, even with married men, they always give each other advices on how to cheat best and how to hide things from your wife the best and all that.
Yeah.
So I just think guys don't want to date one woman.
Yeah.
They do it and then they cheat because cheating is actually hiding it from your woman. Because they actually hide it from their woman because they actually care about their woman and they don't want to hurt them and all that.
Or lose them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think of Jiga's response?
Guys, I'm saying happy. Why are you guys bringing all these things? Aibo, no.
Yeah. So Jiga's thing still does not give you any clarity.
I okay. I don't think all guys cheat. Because yeah,
You don't think so?
I think the sweet guys out there.
Do you think they're sweet because sometimes like guys who are sweet, they are sweet maybe because they don't have that confidence, or maybe they don't like they've never been able to attract a lot of women. So usually they get what they can get and then they hold on to it. So which means that if they were to cheat, then there's a high possibility they're going to lose that woman and may not be able to get another one as beautiful or as whatever, maybe. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, so kusho ukuthi man cheat and in a confidence ukuthi usibongene uzomreplace ngobhalisa.
I think from what Jigo's saying is that naturally guys like variety, right?
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
So which is why there's always even this saying when a man cheats, and I say cheat because I think cheating is just said it's cheating because you do not know about it, right? but they say like with a man, it's when he cheats, it's manslaughter, and when a woman cheats, it's premeditated murder. Because for us, we just like we can literally sleep with a girl we don't like, right?
Okay.
Even if you hate her or whatever, but you'll still do it just to release, to do,
right.
like taking a piss. You know what I mean? It's not as emotional as women do it, right? But when a woman cheats, it's premeditated. It's like it's either there's emotions involved, and yeah, it's just not just a simple act.
But I think also, man, Nagini, you guys are doing something, see if it had to happen to you. Because when you guys get cheated on, like, nangaphandle kuvele nje kube mnyama, kunethe.
Within good reason though.
Kuba ne-flood, kube ne-drought, kube ne-thunder. Like, it just becomes
it's double standard,
crazy.
Right? I mean, like it's double standard, right? Like an Olympic show. So, like, why do you think guys react that way? Why do you think guys can't stand cheating, or when a woman cheats on them, it's just like almost like the end of the world?
That's what I'm actually interested in knowing, because I don't know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there's different, I guess, angles you can take it, but primarily, which I've understood, is that naturally, when you go back to the beginning of time, the reason why men and women came together was to procreate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that you procreate, you have a child, build that child, there's a family, yada, 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 yada. You know what I'm saying? A man who has sex with 10 women, they all know who the father is.
Okay.
A woman that has sex with 10 men, who's the father?
Hello. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So paternity is also one of those things which makes it a very difficult thing to know. Which is why, if you think about it, like the whole DNA testing has become a thing where like a guy really wants to make sure the paternity is. I mean, a guy's worst fear is to raise another man's child, right? So now, as soon as you start having sex with different, that's why like a girl who's got like a lot of bodies, it's like, you know, she's. I mean, like this. Firstly, there's soul ties, there's imprinting, there's all these other things. But then I think also primarily, I say at the root, it also comes to paternity as well, because now, you know, trying to discern like paternity, father, and all that stuff, but it can lead to other different things. But I think primarily it's just guys just don't like that whole thing of wondering what he. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting, but not nice. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, you know, and I think also a woman is not wired to have sex with a lot of guys at the same time. I mean, like most of the time, you'd rather have one man who's got all these characteristics and you're sleeping with him. A man can still have a girlfriend, but he still wants variety. You know, so then he wants to be this one, like sexually, by the way. You understand? So for him, it's not that deep as how a woman's, perception is.
Oh.
So unfortunately.
So it's the deepness, ne? That's the problem.
Yeah. So and it's funny because it's like even when you look at publicly, like a man who cheats and the woman stands by her man. Sometimes, I don't know if sometimes or most of the time, she also gets respected as a woman because she understands man's nature and she still stood by him. Because if you think about it, woman's primary need is for you as a man to protect and provide. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes women, not even sometimes, but like there's times when the biggest thing a woman will set her off is when she finds out that another woman is getting resources from that man, because that's what's meant for you. You understand? That's why they say a man who gets a girlfriend, he's like, you know, is a person who I'll die for. I protect, I provide. Lomo, you're just having sex. So it's just sex.
But I think manipulating this thing, because I'm looking at how this whole cheating thing, it really kills people.
How?
I mean, you're investing on something, on someone. Kanti yona iloku ihambi iloku idla laphaya ngaphandle wena iloku investa kuyo. It's not a nice thing, you know, because the moment, and I think the other thing is that, you know, when you give your all to this one person, and then yes, the person is giving themselves to you, bese uyahamba loku achama lapho nalapho abuka azochama. It's and then another thing is that nihlekisa ngathi. Because if, let's say right now, ulala no girl, right? And you guys probably meet somewhere. Do you know what's now that girl, nabangani bakhe, they end up talking about your woman. What's Began Lona, Uluguzenza, she's the only one going to see 77. You know? So it's like you're also making fun of the main woman. So when I like enjoy I'm telling umuntu wakho nkosi yami. Ngoba manje bahambe lapha bayahleka. Now it's this whole thingy.
But then with that, but what if like with her it's just sex? You're the one I take on trips. You're the one who I spend money on. You're the one who lives in this thing that I've created for you. You're the one I'm willing to do anything for. And with her it's just having sex. Do you think she still has a leg to stand on in terms of saying that look at me?
But Nani man, you guys think that's all we want.
What do you mean?
Like, oh, I'm happy because my trip. I'm happy because what if what makes me happy is your loyalty?
Okay.
Even if namanje bangathi uyapudlu uyarola, but your loyalty is what matters.
Look, You know why? Because I feel like loyalty is a very subjective thing. I mean, because and I think also when you see the dating market on how it works, I mean, there's loyal guys, there's guys who are very loyal, and yet they still struggle in relationships.
How?
Well, they struggle because as much as like there's loyalty, but there's also other things. You see, like women have a tendency of having these labels like loyalty, but then at the end of the day, there's other things that you prioritize above the loyalty, and also you forget sometimes when you mention stuff like loyalty, stuff like that, with loyalty, what, they only matter after the fact. Is this guy tall enough? Do I find him attractive? Easy? You understand what I'm saying? So women tend to forget that part of the whole relationship to say, okay, fine. Once I find him attractive, he ticks all my boxes, then yes, I also want him to be loyal. But half of the time, guys can't even get the foot of the door because they don't tick the metric of what a lot of women want, which is aesthetically, does it look attractive to me? Do I deem him able to provide, protect, all these other things? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of gray area in the whole attraction space that a lot of the times when women look at it, they look at it from like A to Z. Kanti kunabu B, C, D, F in the middle before I even get to, you know? So, and we're not saying like loyalty is not important, but you need to even be attracted to the guy in the first place to even find out if he's loyal or not. Right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, Oti. Yeah, loyalty is important, but you are skipping, Oti. First of all, are you even attracted to the right guy?
But I'm also not getting you, because now ukuze ungishele, right?
Yes.
You had to find something that you can tick. Ish, no, I think I like how she walks. Tick. Right? Now, also in order for me to be attracted to you, there's certain things that I also need to tick and be like, I mean, this looks like, you know, umuntu engapusha something naye. So mina nawe siyathika so you too.
Yeah.
And it's both the ticking that's happening.
But who's harder to please between men and women in terms of attraction? Like who's got more standards to reach for them to even have a chance?
Women do have more standards,
right? Men are actually quite simple though, if you think about it, right? But women are more complex in terms of attraction. Like you guys, I check the women.
We are what? I want to hear that.
Yeah. No, what I'm trying to say is that like you guys like somebody who's funny, and most of the stuff that you guys are attracted to is stuff that a person has to work on. Like when I meet you and I'm able to talk to you and I have confidence, I wasn't born with confidence. I had to work on myself. I had to understand women. I need to know how to make you feel comfortable. So I need to understand you as a woman, what works. When do I push hard? When do I let you in? When do I make you feel comfortable? If I invite you over, I need to make sure you are relaxed, you're comfortable. That's not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? And for you, you just need to show up. Because maybe I'm attracted because of how you look. Or like primarily it's your physique or how you look that gets me attracted to you. All these other things I figure out as time goes. But just even how you look, that's what makes it come talk to you. But for me, now you start looking at the stuff. That is he well spoken, tall enough? Does he seem like he's, does he have style? Is he gonna make me look good in terms of aesthetics? Is he funny? It's not easy to be funny.
No, it's not. It's not. It's honestly not easy. But also, think about it, man. When you as a guy approach me, really there are things that I'm gonna be like.
Okay, let's do this. Your man, your current man. How did he approach you? Or why do you find him attractive? Why are you guys together? What is it about him that, out of all the other guys, I'm assuming you get approached a lot. Out of all other guys who approached you, why him?
Because of he's funny. That's exactly what he is. He's emotionally understanding.
But then how did he get? Okay, how did you get to find out that he's funny?
The chats that happened before we took it to the Amanas Chole.
Oh, so you guys friends initially?
We first went on a date. We first spoke. Like there was just that we first had to build that connection before we actually made it official.
And how did you meet? Like, did he approach you? Was it online or how did?
I see you, you see me. But yeah, he met me, he approached me. I was like, okay,
He
cool.
approached you?
Yeah.
Wait, like a street, taxi?
Not a restaurant.
At a restaurant?
Solo dates. That's cool. This is young solo dates.
So he found you just sitting alone, like were you alone at the time? Okay, a solo date.
Yeah, I go solo dates and then he came, he approached me and we spoke. And I think I also needed that company, just to talk to someone really that day. It wasn't a nice day. So yeah, we spoke, and from the talking, he took it easy.
How was his approach? Like, what did he say? Curious.
Hi, how are you? You look nice. Can I please have a talk? Can we talk? Can I join you?
And then
sure.
And you just said yes. Did you find him attractive when he approached you?
I wasn't there. I won't lie. I wasn't
there.
So
basically, anybody could have like sat down with you at that point.
No.
So then why him?
The thing is, I think that dangerous. Like, I wasn't so good. Like, it just happened. This one just partnered. Like, okay, cool.
So that's what I'm saying. So on that day, anybody could have came
maybe
there, even if he was not attractive.
And have a talk, Nami.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, but now one thing I will never say no to is talks, guys. Like, you could literally come and approach me time and this guy likes you, and I'm like, but he hasn't said it. And if he says it, I'm gonna say no or yes.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
So he approaches you, and then.
Yeah, and then we spoke. Then from like sakuluma, like we really had a nice chat.
It's on the first day. The first date.
The first time.
The first time. Sorry.
Yeah.
The first time you guys met.
Yeah. Then we exchanged numbers, and then it was hi. Did you get home safe? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, can I give you a call? Yes, call. Then we started talking. And then lapo na lapo sasiyakhuluma, and I'm like, I actually enjoy this guy.
Oh, so he
Why
was.
not?
Funny. Oh, that's when you found out it's funny.
Oh, he was very funny. Imagine funny is not easy. Like, it's a natural thing,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then at what point did it click that okay, I actually like this guy, or I'm attracted to him, or whatever?
What point, Vele? Hey, I'm not sure. Hey, but I think like the way he just made me feel, like I felt very comfortable around him, which is something that doesn't just happen. I don't just feel comfortable,
But you see, that's the great area I'm talking about. How does one make comfortable?
I think you being yourself. I don't know, but the way you free around me. That's what matters.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys overthink it. Like no, you and I are talking, and it's you've made it chilled.
Yeah.
I was okay. So I think we're just overthinking it. Just you being yourself and talking to the person and being relaxed around that person. Now I'm feeling, hey, this guy.
Okay.
But you just pushing a nice conversation. But that nice flowing conversation. Yeah. So I think we overthink the making you comfortable.
Do you think so?
I think so.
Okay. So guys overthink making a woman comfortable? I
think so.
Okay.
I think so. Like, I mean, it's all about you being yourself. Like, come to me, talk gahle. Let's have a proper, decent, adult conversation, proper human conversation.
But exactly, like what isn't just bedayo?
As I just said, uzanini wam.
Okay.
So kadila. Those guys that actually ask, that's the first thing they ask you. So when are you coming over to my place? I think I need to massage your toes.
Okay.
Are we still talking? Like, let's relax, man.
So that would be the right time to ask to say that.
Would you come and massage?
Oh no, but maybe come over, toes. Come to my place, come, let's hang out.
I feel like once you and I have like a hlalile sakhuluma, we've gotten to know each other outdoors, and nakhona it's been a time, man.
Mm.
You know, as long as we can see first dates or second dates,
Yeah.
but once you and I start being comfortable, you take me out, man. We go out. Let me not say we take you out.
I know you're right. Take you out. No,
we go
you're right.
out. We go. Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade.
We do things out there and we have fun, because obviously most of the time, the moment you guys take it indoors, then it goes somewhere else. Right?
Oh, not all the time. I mean, if I say come and I'll massage, that's what I want to do. I want to massage.
Oh, really? Oh, you're gonna massage my toe, ne?
Yeah.
And then yakupuga goes, ooh,
No,
and then your thigh is quite interesting. And then you go, and then it gets somewhere else.
Look, you got trust issues, so that's a different conversation. You got trust issues, so that's a different conversation. Tell me something. If a guy took you out, and at the end of the day, he says, 50-50, right? Split the bill. How would you take that?
Which guy took me out?
No, I'm just saying, if a guy in general who asks you out on a date, you say, okay, cool, let's do it. Go out on a date.
As in, like, that guy likes me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he takes you out. And then at the end of it, when the bill comes, he says, listen, can we split this bill?
Why from before? Why did you not prepare me? What if Mnangizelanga Pesanga next?
I don't know, like that's semantics, but we're there now. So like that's what you'd ask him. Before.
Then I would have probably decided what to do. I want to go or not. And if let's say we explore a restaurant and you probably tell me before it was 50-50 and then the money. How going, Papa? Let's go eat.
Okay.
You know? But just why did you not tell me before? And why would you suggest to keep it? Because I think, give me, if you're gonna suggest to it, let me take you out. I'm assuming you have money. You know? It's not like a friend who's like, hi man, as there's this restaurant, have you heard of it? Hi man, we must once go money mali. You know? But if you surprise me at a restaurant,
so it's a turn off.
It's a turn off.
Payday.
Like it is.
Okay.
Like, prepare me. Well, with other girls it's different. And I go like don't even prepare me and stuff. Yeah. But that's why I say that the most thing is if you're gonna initiate something, and like, can I take you on a date? Can we go out on a date?
So I want to take you out. Pay for the whole bill.
Even if it means to figure out how it shares in only budget 400 rand. At least nyazi what I'm looking for, so that I don't order in weight and your budget is less.
Okay. All right. I was interested because of this whole equality thing, so I just wanted to find out how would your perspective was on that whole situation. Okay. And then what are your toxic traits, would you say?
Do you get to know your toxic traits?
So you don't know like any toxic traits that you have?
When according to me, I'm the weirdest girl on earth living
in South
Africa.
So I'm a toxic traits. Are your parents still together?
I don't think I have toxic. I don't know, man.
No, I mean, like, are your parents still together? Are they married?
No. So my biological mom and dad, they separated.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but my stepdad and mom are married, and also the other side.
Okay. And how long were they together, or are they together? I mean, your stepdad and your stepmom.
When I was in 1997, I think, or 8.
So now, did you grow up with both your parents?
Not in the same house, no.
Not in the same house?
Yeah, we separated.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. And the reason I'm asking, because I'm trying to understand, like, your ideas of love relationships. Because obviously, I'm assuming you saw your mom and your stepdad's relationship, right? And what do you think of it? What did you learn or take away from it? No, man. I mean, like, specifically in terms of, okay, how you relate to men. Where did you learn that? Like, how is a man supposed to treat a woman, and how is a woman supposed to treat a man?
Okay, yeah. Well, I did learn it from Endlini. My parents have respect for each other, right? And they also assist each other where they have to. And I've seen how it makes life easier. Well, I think Nakona, the nice thing that they both working, you know, so things are fine financially, but they do assist each other. So okay. Mama, mama at a different date, then she'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then when daddy gets paid, then she'd do 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so that's where I also got that mentality. Helping each other really works than having to put pressure on the other person.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did you learn from your mom specifically? And then what did you learn from your dad? Well, I'm assuming like what your stepdad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From my mom, it would be ukundoda mayithanda uzoyiphekela nkosi yami. Uzoyiphekela.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. That's the one thing I've learned from my mom. And I think also the nice thing is that so little skills of pega.
Okay.
So that's how. And then from my dad, it would be when you love your woman, you will go all out to make them happy.
Okay, how does that look like? What is go all out? Now, what is go all out specifically?
So
or give me an example, maybe.
Yeah. So I've seen my dad move from one job to another. I've also seen him working hard, to make sure everything is fine. Even with the little that he had, he would make sure that he gave it his all. Yeah. So I've seen my dad move from a job where it would do certain things, but he would give it all out. And I've also seen him and it would still be the same thing. So I've really seen him like give it all out to this woman.
Okay. I'm assuming that'll be the same expectations for your future partner or your partner, I guess, to kind of have that same approach. Okay. Always have a fun conversation we have with our guests, and Jiga always goes into it about your man telling you how to dress, or him not being happy with how you're dressed. How would you approach that situation? If you're going to like the girls' night, right? And you're looking all sexy, and he says, "Nah,
I don't like how you look.
I don't like what you're dressing. I'm not comfortable with it."
Okay, and why?
No, I feel like maybe it's too revealing. I feel like it's too out there. And you're going to a place where it's a club, whatever. There's going to be guys, there's going to be alcohol, there's all things going on. It's going to be crazy. So I don't feel comfortable with you looking like that, going to that kind of environment without me, by the way.
Also, Manghamba, now I can dress like that.
Oh, yeah, you can dress.
The Nusile. The Nusile. So the problem is then Ustod.
Why?
No, why Manghamba now I should dress that way?
You go with your man.
So when you think I don't look sexy in other men's eyes because you're there?
No, but I'm able to manage the situation when I'm there.
You think so?
Oh.
Then I'm going to be like, can I please go to the bathroom, baby? Yeah. Then we are after 10 minutes, how baby boy and the sexiness, someone came out of the toilet, okay. I'm 90. So I feel like, no man, usile.
Is that your response?
Ustodi.
Okay. So you're not changing?
No, I'm not changing.
Oh, shit.
I'm not.
We always have this conversation, Jiggy. Talk to me, man. Tell me, like... Another one, Jiggy.
Yeah, that's really too.
What is your thoughts? Because I don't know if maybe she knows your thoughts. Like, what are your thoughts on that situation? Like, if she says that to you, right? With Jiggy, nah, I'm not changing. I'm going to stick with this mini skirt that I have on. How do you deal with that?
Well, with me personally, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I would even say that in the first place.
How would you?
I'd internalize it, and it wouldn't be something that I would like, but it's not something that I would say. But in my head, I would think, this is not the girl for me. Yes. So I'd rather, that's why I say it even on the last episode, I'd rather just find a girl who dresses the way that I like her to dress, that one in the first place. Because I don't want to get her dressing all revealing and all that, and then try and change her. Because I think that's going to be a lot of work and a lot of stress. So I'd rather just... if she does that, then in my heart,
You really
Yeah,
know
well,
it. It's
and my
shy.
soul of souls, I'm like, it's
Okay.
shy.
Yeah.
And that makes sense for me.
Okay.
It makes sense because if you don't like me wearing a mini skirt, it should be also in your presence. It
What do
should
you
be a
mean?
thing of angtandi mini skirt. Then now Connor would be a thing. Why did you even approach me? Because I have a certain sense of style, and this is what I like. And then muscles are my rules. If I'm comfortable enough to be like, no, it's fine, baby. I can definitely dress something that makes you feel comfortable, you know.
Okay.
But if in the way angithandi ngoba uhamba nopalesa, mara mangihamba nawe, then no, man. Then then
Okay.
it's dope.
Yeah, but that's what I think. Also, that question, usually I ask that question because it ties in with the whole question of, are you willing to change for your man or for the sake of the relationship, or you always stuck in your ways? This is how I am, and you can change it. Whether you tell me, whatever the case may be, I'm not changing anything about how I do things just because you're in my life.
And so that's the thing. If you're gonna change, if you're gonna ask me to stop wearing something, right? It can't be because angikho phambi kwakho. Then you wanna change it. Like rather change it in general, as in baby, I don't like this.
Yeah.
But as I don't like this, mawuhambe no. So kusho ukuthi mangihambe nawe, it's fine.
Okay.
No, So let it be a thing of, man, baby, this I don't feel comfortable.
So your only critique is the fact that if he's there, you can do it, but if I'm not there, I'm not. So you rather have him say that I don't like the period.
Yeah, because now I'm gonna go to why ungafuni ugcoke so mangina but ufuna
Okay, fine. Like, what if he says I don't want the period? Then what?
If I'm willing to change, then I will.
What do you mean
But
willing to change?
No, if I'm like, okay, then because you say to me you don't like miniskirts, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, no problem, baby. I won't wear miniskirts.
Okay.
Right? That's something that I'm willing to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To change for our relationship.
So you would do it?
Like personally?
Yeah. I'm talking about you personally. Like, this is a scenario where you are in it.
I would negotiate.
Why'd you negotiate how?
Like, baby, why? Like, happy betting I was almost sexy. Happy.
Oh, I know. I mean,
yeah, like let's khulume, man. Like
Okay.
we talk around it,
Okay. Let's actually have the scenario. Okay, fine.
Yeah, like we talk around it, because how, like, why, like,
Nah, it's just, I'm sharp.
okay, but baby, as last week, ne?
Yeah.
I was wearing a shorts, right, and I looked sexy,
Okay.
and you loved it.
Okay.
So why, like, do you want me to like change the whole wearing short stuff?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that means if like at any time you feel like going to the bathroom, getting dirty, it's gonna be easy because it's,
Hey, this one is dangerous. That's why.
I'm sure so changing on negotiate. Oh, I would negotiate.
You negotiate. So like meet me halfway, or just convince me otherwise.
Convince you otherwise. Yeah. I would, but that's why I say if I really love you and like you like as in baby, I need time. Then I would. I'd want to do something that would make you comfortable in our relationship. Yeah, but if I'm funige, when uzoyenza njani?
What do you mean?
Like if I'm like, no, I'm not gonna change.
No, but the same thing like what Jiga was saying. And I think it's one thing that what Jiga mentioned was actually quite interesting because a lot of the times, us as guys, like we know rejection up front. You'll tell guys you're it's not working out, whatever. With women, you guys never really know with us guys, which is why sometimes you get surprised when all of a sudden a guy is ghosting you because we're very covert in how we don't tell women what what you did last week, that was just foul or petty. We tend to keep it inside, but we already know what's that.
But why do you guys do that? Thanks for bringing that up. Why do you guys?
I think maybe like there's many reasons, I guess, but sometimes we're just trying to avoid the drama, the back and forth. Because now you're gonna ask me, there you're gonna say this and that and that, and we're just avoiding a lot of things. You know what I mean? It's much easier.
But I think Nani nature and I realize this whole thing as because if let's say you do have a woman who's very open to communication.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. Ngifuna ungikhuze if there's
Okay.
something that you did and I don't, and you didn't like.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm going to want to know the reason, you know? But when you're having that conversation with me, then ukuthi uyigcine phakathi kwakho, and that's time you find you have a woman that really is open to communication.
No, but I think you must remember, like, okay, for like now, this specific scenario, it's obviously a one thing that's happening. But I'm assuming that within your entire relationship, us being together, there's certain things I start picking up about you. Maybe when I ask you, maybe do this or do that, how you respond, it gives me an idea of kind of your energy when I ask you things that you agree with and things that you don't disagree with. So that trail of me seeing how you are when it comes to then this situation, it also give me an idea what, okay, cool. When you say, or when you start asking me questions, before when we had something similar, we're able to come to a conclusion and we come to find a middle ground.
Okay.
So even something like this, we can probably touch on and maybe can come to something. But if I know what the last time I asked you to cook for long chilies and this thing, and it was an argument just for a simple request, obviously something like this is also going to be worse. You know what I mean? So don't judge this specific and assuming maybe that's a one-time thing because I saw you, react.
But it's not a nice thing, man.
Of what?
This whole thing of Gucci, you're gonna be in a relationship with someone, or was you Gucci? If I ever had to bring something, also react so.
Look, unfortunately, people are people. So it's and sometimes that's why I'm saying it also goes back to how you are as a person because as much as we're together now, but you come with your own traumas, I come with my own perspectives of things, and now we're bringing you and me in the same situation. Now we need to try to make it work. And maybe for you, you don't like to be told what to do. In most cases, when you think about it, the reason why you don't like to be told is because maybe back in your past, you're always told what to do, you always had issues, and you bring that into this relationship. And sometimes there's nothing I can do to change that because that's just who you are. But sometimes also certain things, you pick them up when you're in it. There's a reason why there's a honeymoon phase because everything's all, people are showing their representative until things get real. Then all of a sudden, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's difficult to change such things like that. And that's when it becomes like, it's not worth the hassle.
And I'm sure then that's where you guys start cheating also, ne?
Right? Would you agree?
That's where you guys start cheating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you think about it, also even with relationship, most of the time, women initiate breakups. Whether it's divorce, whether it's just end, you know what I mean? Guys hardly end relationships.
And you guys need to stop doing that, man.
What do you mean?
Like, you guys need to end it.
Guys.
If I know the same way you approached me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
like also,
with guys, they just avoid a lot of things. Because the things that with you, a simple thing of it's over, it becomes.
But at least was over, then it's over.
No, I took my leg because now when then you start telling your friends about me, hey, a small dick, hey, mali. It's like you guys just take your pettiness to another level when you're not.
See hurt.
Yeah, no, you guys just take it to the extreme, man. It's crazy. So guys are like not. And it's also a thing of, I know girls always ask, but why do guys lie? Why do they always lie to us? Why can't they tell us the truth? And it's like, but you guys take the truth and you.
But then the other thing is that, you're going to stay in a relationship with umuntu, but you're like,
Look, there's certain things that are, we really, really need to discuss. Other things, they're not that heavy where you can just, omit it a little bit and be like, it's fine. And I think also, especially if there's more good than bad. But if there's more bad than good, then it's like,
then it's
no, we're not gonna work out.
So with you guys, if like this same situation in which you want to break up with someone, you keep it to yourself. So the love changes also. Do you now give less of yourself to the individual?
Well, depending on the relationship itself.
Okay.
How is it? Look, I think there's nothing that happens now and all of a sudden. Usually when things come to that point, there's small things that have been happening to get to that extreme point where now it's just, so it's not really one, unless if you're cheated, then that's something that's specific. But usually all these minor stuff that happen gradually and then all of a sudden it's like, now it's too much.
But that's also not good, hey? Because cabanga sokwatela umuntu unaye, you're getting so frustrated by them, you're getting so irritated by them, and then usahlezi wena kuleso situlo kuleyo relationship.
Yeah, in marriage is a different story. Because with marriage, divorces can get messy.
Yeah, I know, I've heard about that.
But in a relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, man and woman, then it's like ghost. Yeah,
Okay.
but then there's guys who are actually honest. They don't mind telling women like, listen, it's not working. And then what's gonna happen? You see what you just did now when you're doing the whole baby.
Yeah.
I want. You start doing all of that.
Listen, no, you're charming, ne?
Then you start touching me in wrong places. There's
And
like,
then
no, but baby, why? Why, man?
Oh, super, no.
You see?
Kisono, man. Then you're now stuck again.
Now you're there.
Then
Also
rolling. So you look back at the same process. Shame,
and then you
man.
repeat the cycle. Then it's like, it's too much now.
Oh, okay.
But no, man. But anyway, any last parting words that you may, because you're in the mental state for men, how would you advise men to move in this dating market, and how would you advise women to also carry themselves?
I feel like, but now once we deal with the foundation of everything, which is the whole rule that the society has made, would see a woman should be like this, a man should be like this. I feel like once that is kind of like by moldanyana, then then the moving is easy. Because right now I can say to men, talk, like seek for help, but they're still carrying this thing of which I'm a soldier. And all that is created by our society, which this is how you need to act, this is how you need to behave, Okay. So I think if we deal with the foundation, man, we say this is how, like, it is okay to not be okay. It is okay as a man to go seek help. Because when you're at clinic, umam's toilet will see me and then go make a joke, will say, boy was a clinic, a psychologist. Then now it's a whole joke. So I feel like if everything could be fixed with from the base, from the foundation, everything would be better. And also, keeping in mind, people need to be educated about mental health. People need to be educated about taking care of yourself. Because you'll find yourself laughing at someone who say they went to seek help, and when I'm work, you should, like, you're not okay. So I wish everything could just be fixed from the society, and everyone could be open to mental health and the fact that if someone is not okay, it's okay. Go seek for help.
Okay. This is for both men and women, right?
Both men and women, yeah.
Okay. Awesome, man.
Right.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Anyway, guys, that is another one in the bag. As always, do the right things, like, subscribe, share, and do everything that's necessary to make us reach our road to 500 subscribers. And check you guys on the next episode, man.
Hi.
Ciao.